I'm gonna curl my hair. It was freshly washed last night and I slept with it in my heatless curler. I've said several times that my hair holds the volume of the heatless curler, but it does not hold the curl of a heatless curler. So usually the first day or the day that it's washed, depending if I do it in the morning or in the evening. First of all, when you have K-tips, you got to take a minute and part your hair and comb all your little K-tips out, and it feels like shit and it kind of hurts because I'm fucking tender-headed, but you can't let any mats build up in there. So we're gonna curl my hair. That way tonight when I roll it in the heatless curler to sleep, all my curls will stay. I have a shit ton of product in my hair as we speak because I dried it in there last night. This is the Paul Mitchell Unclipped. They make a few different versions of this. As long as it's not the Neuro that has the silver metal on the curling iron. The wand? I don't know. What is this? I'm a hairstylist. Why do I not know this? Anyway, barrel. Jesus. As long as the barrel is not the silver metal, I like it. So I curl everything away. This is 1 1/4 inches. I actually normally like curling my hair with 1 inch, but my 1 inch wand doesn't work. So just curl it for a couple seconds and drop it. It doesn't need to be amazing because I don't really like my hair to be curly. I'd rather it just be a little bit wavy. If you've never curled your own hair before, I kind of forget that some people don't know how to curl their hair. It's really not as hard as it seems, but you do need to practice. And when you start using a wand, wear a heat glove. It'll keep you from burning your knuckles. Now, obviously, I do hair for a living. I still burn myself, but not as often as somebody who doesn't, you know? So about halfway through the back, I switch. And like I said, I always roll backwards. Now, my hair does sometimes like to turn into the big unicurl. You know, they all go together and they turn into one giant curl, which is unfortunate. But if you have problems with that, alternate the way that you wrap. So forward and then backwards. Always hold your curl on your iron in the direction you want the curl to go. So if you're wanting your curls to go down, because you're going to wear your hair down, hold your iron parallel to your head. So point them down and then it drops. That's how you don't end up with that weird bump up at the top. And that's especially important when you get up here. Just follow the curvature of your head and hold the iron parallel. So if you're down here, it's here. If you're here, it's like that. Just follow the curvature of your head. Easier said than done. Everything takes some practice. Just practice. Get a heat glove and turn your heat down for the love of God. Every single person that sits in my chair that claims that their hair doesn't curl or they don't like their curl or their hair is fried, my first question is always, is there bleach on this? And the second question is, how hot is your iron? Your flat iron, your curling iron, all of that. How hot is it? Because if it's over 360, that's the problem. On my particular case, I do have to be kind of careful because I do have K-tips. And K-tips, they melt at like 220, 225. That iron is 360. So if a 360 degree iron touches one of these keratin bonds up here, it's gonna fucking melt it. Which is not the end of the world. However, it will fuse them together and fuse other hair to them. And that's when you have a problem. That's another reason that you need to research types of extensions and you need to ask questions to your stylist. If they just say, yeah, sure, let's slap some K-tips in there and you've never had extensions before, you need to do some vetting. Like, you need to be asking questions. You need to be asking, hey, does my lifestyle fit with these? Or the same with like hand ties. Hand ties are heavy and you have to be really careful to make sure you comb out mats. You cannot go to bed with your hair wet. You can't do all of these things and maintain healthy real hair that's attached to those extensions. Most of the people that lose a lot of hair from having extensions, I would bet good money their home care is not what it should be. And that's not necessarily their fault. It could fall on the stylist, but it's also not the stylist's fault necessarily either, because some people just, you know, they see it as like guidelines. Now my real hair up there, you just saw I did curl that towards my face, is because I'm trying to get rid of that stupid little kink that's in it right there. So then I will go back in halfway down and curl it backwards. So I curled the root towards my face to try to get rid of that weird bump that was going on because I didn't like heat style my hair. Spray that. I am unfortunately someone whose hair needs iron heat on it, which is really unfortunate, but once I do it this time and start sleeping with my heatless curler, I won't have to touch this again. At worst, if I have like a crazy night's sleep and sleep on my face, I'll have to recurl the front pieces just to tame them down a little bit. My ends will hold this curl until I wash my hair, whether that be 3 days or 10 days. My hair will hold this curl as long as I sleep with it in that heatless curler after it's been curled once. So, you know, putting heat on your hair between a hairdryer and a curling one, putting heat on your hair twice in a week, not too bad. Now, of course, I have split ends and everything else already on my extensions because I do heat style them. But, you know, whatever. We're here for a good time, not a long time. You know what I mean? And if that is not my decision making in a fucking nutshell, I don't know what is. So this is my back section. I just pull it to the side so I can see it. Same thing. Curvature of the head, parallel. I mean, I'm kind of up in the curve of my head now. So we're going that way as opposed to on the side where I was straight up and down. I'm following the curvature of my head. It finally clicked in hair school. But one of the best things you can ever learn is learn the curvatures of your head. That is not just for hairstylists. That's also for you doing your own hair. If you decide to pull your hair up, if you're putting your hair in updos or anything like that, learning the curvature of your head and which direction to take things. And that is when you change. So like there's transitions naturally at the curvature of your head. How do you find the curvature of your head? Put a comb on it. A comb sits flat on the top of your head. When the comb is no longer parallel, that's a curvature. Same going front to back. Sits flat, curvature. The curvature of your head are the natural transition points of your hair. So anytime you're curling your hair, pulling your hair up, doing an updo, clips, ponytails, anything like that. That's why the ponytails that are on that curvature don't like to stay. They stay better when they're down here or when they're up here, because to go down from up here, they have to go over that. And then once they're down here, they're already down. If you place a ponytail on the curvature of your head, it's going to slide unless it's super tight, which, you know, not advised. This is not a heavy hairspray. This is the Matrix Vavoom freezing spray. It's not a freezing spray. This to me is a working hairspray. It's soft. I can immediately run my fingers through it. I really hope that my phone just recorded everything that I just did for the last 30 minutes because despite ignoring the battery warnings, I didn't realize it was about to die. So my bad. Anyway, like I was saying, I use the Matrix Vavoom hairspray. To me, this is more of a working hairspray, not a freeze hairspray, despite the fact that it says it is a freezing spray. To me, these are freezing sprays. You ain't touching shit after you've sprayed these. This one, I can spray this one and immediately run my hand through it. It's fine. I don't know that I've ever been actually recording a video when my phone died. What? I'm not doing anything with these curls when I drop them out of the iron. I'm just leaving them in their state, you know, to cool. These are extensions, so I don't need to like clip it or scrunch them or anything. These hold curl pretty well. The good thing about extensions is that they do hold heat style very well. This is my front piece. This is all my real hair. This one, my front ones, I try to get behind them because these are also like my bangs. I'm not heating up 2 irons to do my hair. So we're going to semi-flat iron curl my bangs with a wand. And to do that, I have to get behind it. Hairspray. If you're not coughing, it ain't enough. So here's my curls. Just kind of fresh out of the iron. So there's the back. Just curled. I haven't done anything to it. Hopefully you can see that. So we're going to take a little bit of this Redken 28 Control Hairspray. This is formerly the Control Addict hairspray. If you used to like that, this is what it's called now. This is the anti-humidity hairspray. Yes, it's February. There should not be humidity outside right now. However, if there is a drop of humidity in the air, my head will find it. So we douse that bitch. When I style my hair, like for the day, I finish with this instead of this, unless it's a rainy or something day. Then I do both. Is that good for your hair? I mean, probably not, but you know, it's fine. In the grand scheme of stupid shit that I do to my hair, the amount of hairspray I use is like the least of the concerns. I mean, I'm a little more concerned about the number of times that I put in and take out extensions. So once that's set, I would take a comb and run through it. You don't have to have a comb. You can have a brush, wide tooth comb, brush, you know, whatever. I like to use a comb, but you know, I'm not above using a brush. Most of the time when I wake up in the morning after using my heatless curls, I do use a brush because they need to be unified, because my curls, especially with in the extensions themselves, like to separate over time. So I do brush them to try to get them to go together. And then last but not least, because I have K-tips that are pretty high up back here, because my hair is thinning, we're just going to tease that a little bit. You can use a teasing comb, or you can be lazy and use your wet brush. And that just keeps my hair from separating in the middle and the back and showing off the never-ending line of K-tips that are back there. So that's it. That's our final product. Just slightly combed out. Nothing crazy. I'll show you the back. This is what I'm working with every day. We've been over this 100 times, but I use the Eternal Muse extra large curler. I fucking love this thing. And Ashley West is who introduced me to this, and she has a collab coming out with them. Ashley, please send me one. I'm dying to get yours. I think it's white, so I'm dying. I do have several videos on here of me rolling my hair in my curler and taking it out in the morning. So if you're interested, I can repost one of those, or you can dig a little further and find it. I'm gonna go edit some videos, get them in my drafts so that I can look like shit for the next couple days and still have some stuff to post. So that's it. That's how I do my hair. That's me trying some mascara. This mascara, the 2 coats of mascara is fucking amazing. The 4 coats was a little bit overkill, kind of Tammy Faye, but I'm kind of here for that too. So go watch the previous video. You can see what I got in my Sephora haul, and I tried this mascara, and I also had a mental breakdown over some perfume. So if you would like to see me cry, there's that. I think that's everything. I don't think there's anything else that I wanted to touch on today. So I will see you all soon. Love you.